Ladies, pack your hoe bag.
Who you calling a hoe?
Pour up a drink and start.
That's a little kinky.
Hear it.
24/7.
Yes, sir.
Live on sayitloud.com. Lock it in.
Y'all keep it locked right here.
It is another episode of Say It Loud. Hey y'all. My kids hate when I say that, by the way. And my guest in the hot seat this evening is Styles of the Brunch Hour podcast. We're gonna kick it and chill tonight. Are you drinking, Styles? What are you drinking?
I am drinking Hennessy and cranberry. A lot of
What?
my people would actually be proud of me right now. Yes.
I didn't pour my
Yes.
drink. All right, I'm when we take a break, I'm gonna go pour a drink because I always keep Hennessy in the house, and everybody always makes fun of me for drinking Hennessy. Like all my girlfriends make fun of me for drinking Hennessy, and then when guys find out I drink Hennessy, they're like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, but that's the only thing I drink. I only drink Hennessy, and occasionally I'll drink vodka. Occasionally, but there's always Henny in the house because it works.
Right. Well, this is the thing. They actually coaxed me into it because we're the exact opposite. Like, there's never Hennessy in my house ever. Right. So, we recently started taking trips outside again, and everything was Hennessy. And so when we started the lives on Friday, they were like, "Yo, we have to drink Hennessy." They even did the drizzly and sent me Hennessy because I don't have any Hennessy. So, yeah.
Do you like it, or do you like? Are you just stomaching this because you feel like you have to, or you actually like drinking it?
Well, this is the thing. I have to have mixed drinks because alcohol is disgusting. I don't give a fuck. If you're drinking it because you like the taste of alcohol, that's something different. I like the end result. The end result is fine with me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm trying to get there as tastefully as possible.
Yeah, Hennessy don't taste good. I only drink Hennessy. It don't taste good. You can mix it with apple juice, makes it a little bit better. Or Red Bull. Apple juice is better. Yeah, apple juice and Hennessy is actually good because apple juice is sweet. And I have had it with Red Bull. But yeah, mostly that's what I drink it with. Or I just drink Hennessy straight. Because I just want it to do what it do.
The end result. we just
we don't need we're not sipping, like it tastes good. We just need, it to do what it does. So exactly. I always have a Hennessy in the house. So you got to just get used to drinking your Henny now. That's it. No,
ma'am.
Okay, I will say this: some liquors do actually taste good. Like Malibu rum actually tastes good. It tastes like,
but that's candy though.
It tastes like syrup. Like that's why I don't drink it. It tastes like something that's gonna scratch my throat. Like but it tastes good.
It
tastes
does.
good. You put it on ice, you're good. It's just too cute.
The first time I tried it straight, I was like, "Hold up, I don't need anything with this. Let me get 2 bottles of that, please."
Yeah. See, that's pretty good. And now they have all the flavor ones. So you can find something that works. I'm not that experimental in the liquor store. I'm like, yo, the Hennessy works. Just get that. Let's go. But
I need Google Maps when I walk through the liquor store. That's how inexperienced I am. Like, yeah. And I need everybody's assistance. Everybody.
So tell everybody about your podcast a little bit.
My podcast is dope. It's called The Brunch Hour. It's based on, basically a menu of sorts, so we go through it. We have happy hour, appetizers, the main topic, which is the main course. We also have Bay Night, in which we try to incorporate like different places that we go. And I don't want to say rate the service, but if you're going on a date with your bae, we try to incorporate that. I'm trying to fix it so that it's just not New York based, because everything is in New York, stuff like that. So as of late, we've been doing like our dates. I'm not dating. I'm actually off the market. So, but my two co-hosts, they're dating. So we do that. Also, I'm not.
But hold on. Huh? You can still date. Okay, you should still be dating. Talk about that. You should still be going out every once a week, every other week, and being like, okay, well, we're gonna try a new restaurant, so that things still feel like you're courting and having that time together.
Oh, trying to take me down that rabbit hole. Nah, you're right though. No, you're right. And we do, actually, and I guess at some point get to my relationship and everything because I was for the streets for a very long time. But I'm a newlywed. We got married in March of this year, March 25th. So
Congratulations.
thank you. I appreciate it. You know, shout outs to Goody and Tanika, my sisters, in potting. You know, I don't like to call them my co-hosts because we're all equals, and I feel like that kind of like, you know, puts them under me, and they're not under me. We're all
Right.
together. You know, and to wrap up, we have like church announcements and stuff like that. You know, because Goody has her own podcast, Goody's Gospel, um, which has nothing to do with God at all. Uh, and Tanika's out here shaking the music world up, you know, trying to put a different spin on A&R, you know, so
Nice.
that whole thing.
I like it. I actually listened to the show and it was fun and it was funny and it kept my attention. And for someone like me who's like, ball, it was nice to hear something and be able to focus on it and be like, all right, this is good. I can vibe to this and kind of enjoy all of your personalities
Right, right.
together. You know what I mean?
Feedback is dope, and I don't think that we, as podcasters, get it enough from each other, you know, and that type of thing. I remember when I discovered you, I was like, yo, I need someone brash in your face and, you know, unapologetic, so to speak, and from New York, you know, YAWK. And that's
New
what I
York.
got. Yeah, and that's what I got from you. Now, granted, I don't get to listen to you all the time, you know, but like I live in the stories. You know what I mean? I
Right.
live in the stories. I'll turn the podcast on and get through what I can get through because, you know, we all moving around and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But one thing that I really admired about you, aside from the fact that we have the podcasting in common, I was like, this lady is busy, busy, like busy for real busy. You understand? And I loved that. You understand what I'm saying? Because you need a metric out here. You need something to measure yourself to. Like, how am I moving? Like, do I, you know, am I posting enough? Am I posting enough quality shit? You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you, amongst maybe two or three others, that's my metric. You know, am I not even keeping up? Like, you know, no sleep, no sleep.
Yeah, I should probably sleep more. But I feel like, well, two things about me. Thank you very much for that. I don't I just do what I do. I don't really give it too much thought about how I'm gonna do it. It's not over calculated. I really just be like, oh, this is funny. It's Friday. We do jokes on Fridays. It's funny. Or every morning now. I was doing morning motivation, but IG is real fucking sensitive these days. So I must have said something that pissed everybody off. But I talk shit all the time, so I don't know what I said.
Right,
But as soon as they unblock me and let me play again, I do stuff like that. But it's really just about building a business and building a brand. And I think people listen to the show because of the brand, not follow the brand because they listen to the show. Does that make sense?
yeah,
So just
it's in reverse
following,
actually.
yeah, just following me and being like, oh, this girl crazy and she's funny, and then trying to make myself different from everybody else. And I'm
Hmm.
not really trying to make myself different. This is who I am. Like how you see me right here, this is who I am. My hair don't be done. I'm not doing it either because I'm not buying no fake hair. I'm not putting no weave. I'm not doing any. I'm not doing any. I'm not
Right,
investing in any of that stuff. So and just being able to be a woman and embody who I am and just share that and be comfortable with myself. And you gotta take a hard look at yourself because you gotta know that some people are gonna come at you, and you gotta be
right, right, right.
ready to stand in your truth and be who you are. And then there's gonna be people like, but she ain't doing this, and this girl's getting farther and she's doing that, and just being organic in who I am. And that's
I
just
mean,
it.
it definitely comes across as genuine, you know, and that's what I bought into.
Yeah.
You get me? It wasn't because you're a beautiful woman. You
Thank you.
understand? So what happens is when you get that and then you open your mouth and you start talking and you start jumping different divides, to me that was dope. You understand what I'm saying?
It,
Because we're visual creatures. So I'm like, oh, that's nice. But then when you open up your mouth it all comes together, and it comes together nicely. So that's pretty fucking dope.
Thank you. Thank you. I tried to not make it. I don't know. I just when I think about myself as a woman, and maybe you could give me some feedback on this as a man. I don't. I know that I can be sexy and I can be pretty and I could do all that. But I don't want to be just that.
Right.
And
And
so there
I
for
don't think that it
me,
comes across as that.
I have to do. I feel like there are women that do it, and personally, I'd be a hater because I'd be like, "Damn, they get in the head because they ass is out, and I gotta go buy one." And I feel like in ways that's not fair, but in other ways, I'm like, I'm not. That's not me, and I'm
Right.
not going to, you know, water myself down to fit into that. Let me just do what I do in my lane and be okay with it. And so that's just
And
what
that's
I
the
had to
thing.
do.
And no shade to the beautiful women out there just showing their asses, getting likes.
Yeah, I'm
You
not mad
know.
at that. I'm not
Right.
mad.
The
I need
thing
a
is
scoop of
though.
ass. I do. I
the,
told everybody I want to buy one, but I'm afraid, Styles.
I don't think that you should.
But no,
There was a
I
time.
think I should. I think it would look good though. But here's the thing: I'm afraid of. This is what I swear to God. This is not a joke. I'm not being funny. I'm dead serious. Let me tell you what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get my ass done, right? And I'm gonna
You
have a
say what?
banging body. I'm afraid I'm gonna get my ass done. I'm gonna have
Right.
a banging body. Then I'm gonna be about 65 years old at the church. And somebody gonna walk up behind me and gonna be like, damn, my ass is fat. And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna be
Right.
like, grandma face.
Nah, black don't crack, man.
No,
That's just what
but
it is.
it's supposed to, like, the ass is not going
Nah,
to age with the face. That's what I'm afraid of. And then I'm gonna have like a 20-year-old ass and like a 65-year-old face. I don't
drink
want to be
water.
that. I
Drink some water.
I want to age gracefully,
Put the
and I need
Hennessy
my
down.
ass to come with me. I don't
You
want to be
know.
like, yo, like she look dope, and then you turn around and be like, Miss Karen,
Let me ask you a
like
question.
I
Let me
don't want
ask
to.
you a question. And this is probably gonna come off crazy, but I don't mean it to. I promise.
Okay.
What's wrong with going to the gym?
Okay. So
What's wrong with doing the work there with that?
I've gone to the gym. This is not my
Mm-hmm.
best weight, by the way, but I've gone to the gym. I've gone down to
Mm-hmm.
my goal weight,
Mm-hmm.
and my butt still didn't get any bigger. It didn't get
But you're not
bigger.
doing the right things though. There
No,
are
I
things
was
in the gym that you can do.
deadlifting and heavy squatting and drinking protein shakes. My legs looked great. My abs looked great. My body looked phenomenal. But my butt and my hips are just not gonna get, like, genetically, I'm not inclined to have
Right.
that.
All right. So I'm
I
not gonna
asked
fight
my
you on that.
mother, I said, Mom, why don't I have a big ass? And my mom is
Mm-hmm.
Jamaican. She was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
you have pretty ear and you have pretty face, so you can't have everything. That's what she said. So I'm just not inclined. Like, I do feel like God could have gave me a scoop of ass. I really do. But
I
he was
don't
like, I'm gonna
know. I
make you
think
smart. So fuck it. Like
I'm
you
all for the natural thing. BBLs, they're not for me. It's the lazy way out. Granted,
yeah.
I didn't know your story before all of this. So you was in the gym, you trying to do your thing, and the shit was just like,
Yeah.
nah.
No, I'm gonna go
Okay.
back to the gym because I still feel like I could be at my best. But my
Right.
ass not gonna gain about 6 pounds.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna leave it because I'm not a personal trainer, so I don't even know how that shit
My
works.
ass not gonna grow 6. It's gonna get nice and tight, but it's gonna be like a cute little baked by Melissa cupcake.
Oh, not the bake, Melissa.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the big crumb ones. It's gonna be the tiny little baked by Melissa. It's
Yo,
just gonna be
R.I.P. the crumb, right?
yeah, it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
It
you're a
is
New
what it
Yorker. they New Yorkers know all about those cupcakes.
Yeah,
Right.
the crumb ones were like as big as your face for the people that
Yeah.
don't know. And then the baked by Melissa's are like the tiny, tiny ones that you get at school when they have a party and you can only get one bite out of it.
And this white lady was selling them shits for $1. Shits is
She's
no bigger than a
still
quarter. A
they're like
dollar.
$2 each. It's like
Yeah.
$12 for like 3 of them. And
Crazy.
they're like a candy.
Word.
It's a genius, I tell you. So yeah,
It was.
that's my thought on BB. I don't know. You don't think women should get plastic surgery?
I think women should get plastic surgery if they want to get plastic surgery. I'm not gonna have the ladies come from my neck. But the thing is, a lot of them do it not because like it's a cosmetic issue. You understand what I'm saying? Like for instance, I think BBLs you should work that out, as opposed to doing that before
Right.
you do that. I mean, if all else fails, God bless you, go ahead and do that. Um, breast implants, that's I don't want to say don't do it, because that's not something that you can just get overnight. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Right.
So
Right.
it's your body.
Yeah.
I'm pro your body. So if it's whatever you want to do at the end of the day without getting myself in too much trouble.
You can get yourself in trouble. I don't got to deal with it, so it's fine with me. You can say what you want. It's just like men. Like, do I think men should get plastic surgery? I feel the same way you feel. I feel like if that's what you want, like I don't. It doesn't really bother me. I feel like if you meet someone and they already did it, it's not really gonna change the way you see them once you've already met them or know them like that. I think it's if you're with them and they say, I want to get surgery. But again, I feel the same way you. Like, did you try anything else first?
Right.
Did you try anything else? Was there anything else that you could do? Because if you're still eating 3 or 4 Big Macs and then you want to get surgery, like, bro, like,
See, and that's the thing. That's where I have a problem. Because you're not even eating right. So you're gonna go get whatever you get. Like, let's say you get lipo, right? Which is cool, whatever. You go and get lipo, but your eating habits were fucked up before you went and got lipo.
Right.
Now you're gonna go give somebody $6,000 to suck the fat out just to make room for the way you was eating before. Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, that's what people do. So, I mean, I feel like if you're not going to take that seriously in your life, then nothing's going to change. And, to each his own, but you going to end up back where you was. And that's that.
That's a fact, though. All that bread down the drain.
I personally, my personal, like I said, I feel like I'm getting older. So I feel like there's a certain age cutoff, too, for me.
What's the cutoff?
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm already 40 something years old. Like, bro, like there's other things I could invest my money in.
All right. So I guess now my challenge is to get you to uncensor the number after 4.
Oh, I am 43 years old. And I am a mom of 3. And a GG of 2. So I feel like there's at a certain point, it's like, all right, there's a better way to spend my money.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm not saying I won't do it if I was filthy rich, but since I'm not filthy rich yet, there's just a better way there's a better places and other things to do with my money than be like, okay, well, I'm gonna make my ass bigger, but then I'm gonna sit on it all day.
That's a fact too, which is why I suggested the gym first, and then if all else fails, we get it popping. Like, right, instead of spending $6,000 at the doctor's, spending $6,000, build a home gym.
Yeah,
get a trainer,
get a home, invest in a business, do something. But like, you rather take your money and do that than invest in something that's gonna provide some type of longevity or get a better job, get a better education. I don't know, but I just feel like there's so many cryptocurrency. I don't care what you do, but do something productive, so that your money has some type of return and is working for you. Unless you're gonna invest in the ass and strip, it's not an investment.
See, that's different. That's different.
But
you're going to get a return on your investment inside of a weekend or 2.
Okay, we here now. We here.
So yeah, that's different.
I feel listen. I'm here to help you make money.
You put rims on the whip. Exactly. This is where I'm going with this. Little home improvement never hurt nobody.
Exactly. If that is your money maker, then you got to invest in your business. I'm not mad at you, sis.
There we go. I'm here for it.
In that case, it makes sense. Everybody else, get your shit together.
Period.
And that's that. So yeah, so let's talk about relationships because most of my podcast is about relationships. I don't know why. I don't know where that came from. I did this episode called Weak Bitch Tendencies, and then after that, we just ended up talking about a lot of relationships. And I did an episode called What's in Your Whole Bag. All right, so let me tell you how the show came about because a lot of people don't know this. It's really crazy. So I'm divorced and I have this really strange relationship with my ex-husband. I don't like him, but he think I'm his friend. So he just be telling me shit. You know what I mean? Like we don't really see each other. We don't really talk to each other much. But when we do, he'll just start talking to me. And I just listen because the shit's funny, you know? So he's like, he met this girl. Like we cool like that. So he's like, we met this girl. He met this girl and he spent the night at her house. And I was like, all right. And he was like, but I feel some type of way. And I was like, well, why? He was like, well, the next morning, I was like, I need to freshen up. And she sent me to a drawer. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I opened the drawer and she had like mad condoms in there, those little toothbrushes, you know, that you get from the Dwayne Reed and the Target when you're traveling. She had like
Shit with the
deodorant.
case.
She had body
Mm-hmm.
washes. But he was like, yo, it was like mad of them in there. Like she do this all the time. And I was like, well, why you feel some type of way? He was like, yo, I don't know. I never been in this situation before. But like I go to the drawer and there's like 16 toothbrushes, 20 deodorants, kinda like everything somebody would need to spend the night. And I was like,
Right.
yo, that's dope. I was like, that is dope. Like, I'm gonna do that shit. That shit is dope. What are you talking about? And he was just looking at me like, are you hearing what I'm saying? Like, I feel some type of way. And I was like, don't
Right.
feel no way. Like, she knows who she is. She know how she move. And she making sure you have what you need. Don't think too much into it. Like, is this a permanent position or not? Like, it's not that serious.
She basically sent him to the drawer to let this dude understand what his label was. You know what I'm saying? Go rummage
Basically.
through that. It's the lost and found for all that other
Yeah,
shit.
that's I make sure my hoes got what they need. And so I was like, I think it's dope. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. Not that I'm dating or anyone comes to my house because you know I'm crazy about shit like that. But I just thought it was really cool. Like I thought it was really cool that everybody had a whole box. So I did an episode called What's in Your Whole Bag or What's in Your Whole Box because I felt like everybody needs to have one. Even
Okay.
if you're not even whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship. I think the
I've
bag would
had a whole
have
bag.
yes.
You good? Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up?
I think depending on the type of relationship you have and your dating situation, you might have different items in there. But
Facts.
overall, I feel like everybody should have a whole bag.
For sure. For
So
sure. And it was crazy is because I drive. So, I was always had like I always believe in redundancy. So whatever didn't make it to the bag is definitely in the trunk. And whatever's not in the trunk is definitely in the back seat. So we good out
right,
here.
right.
But the essentials basically is, drawers, t-shirts, socks. Those are the three pillars right
So you
there.
could take a
Um,
shower.
for sure. Um, and toothbrush and toothpaste, because depending on how the night went, you could either get out of there fast or you could chill, whichever, you
Right,
know.
right.
And
So you need to
jeans.
be ready.
Yeah.
And a pair of
And
jeans.
jeans, of course. That's it. Because the white tee is gonna go with everything.
Yes. See, so fellas, if you're listening to this, copy or say it loud whole bag, first of all, and then pack your whole essentials in the bag. And then keep your bag in the car. And if you don't have a car, keep your Metro card in your whole bag. It just be or your Uber, however y'all gotta do it. I don't know.
Nah, pay your phone bill, keep your Metro card on your phone.
Yeah. And your Uber app. You need that.
And your Uber app. Facts.
Um, what do you think people need in their whole bag if they're married?
You need a pen that works because you got to be able to sign those divorce papers.
Well, what if it's with your partner? Like, don't you think in your
But
house
it's
there
not
should
a
be
whole
some
bag.
place?
Then
It's not
no,
a whole
it's a
bag then?
misnomer. It's a
What's it
misnomer. You off the streets now. You have a home.
okay, but like where y'all put y'all toys and stuff?
Oh, that's a fact. Okay. I see where you're going with this.
I feel like couples should have a place, a
Right.
trunk, a bag, a box, a drawer. I don't know. Call it what you want. But they should have
So
a place where the kids don't touch, and it's just, it's grown folks time and it's grown folks stuff in there,
All
and
right.
that's what y'all have in there.
So this is what I'm gonna do. All right. You're gonna be the therapist, and I'm gonna
Okay.
lay on your couch right now because, and you can invoice me, but my wife lives in Dallas. I live in New York, right? So we
Okay.
haven't necessarily closed the gap just yet. So there's,
Okay.
you know, I can tell you that when I do travel out there, like I do have a uniform because every time I go to the airport, I got my whole pants on, what she
You
calls my
got your
whole
gray
pants,
sweatpants on?
the gray sweatpants. I don't play,
Yes.
you know, with the hoodie and the flip flops. I
Okay.
am not getting undressed going through security. And more often than not, my flight's in the morning. So, I'm like fresh out of the bed walking through security. Don't ask me to undress and then get tripped. We're not doing all of that. You know, um, and for the most part, uh, it's just a book bag. And exactly all of the stuff that I told you about that's in that bag. I'm still packing a whole bag for my wife, ladies and gentlemen.
As you should. Like I said, I feel like marriage shouldn't change the fact that people have intimacy. It should
Hmm.
just be different items in the bag depending on where you are in your relationship. So if you're married and you live together, it should still be a box, a bag, a space, a drawer, whatever. And then y'all should have your couples toys in there or whatever it is that you like in there that you need to enhance your intimacy time. And I say intimacy because it's not always just sex, any kind of
Right.
intimacy, massage oils, supplements, vibrator, whatever it is, lubes, flavors, candles, floggers. I don't know. Let me not tell
I
y'all
feel
too
like
much
we're
of my
going through the
business.
inventory for your store.
You know what? I had to add some inventory to my store, but I've been trying to take it easy because I feel like the more I add, the more I give away who I am. And I'm like, I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't need y'all to know what I know.
I hear
Um,
you.
and let me tell you something. When you own a lingerie store and a sex store, it's like a rabbit hole. Like I go to order things and it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Like it just listen.
It's
I
like,
have
oh, I didn't know
access.
that we had this.
I have access to so much stuff. I was like, this is a thing. Oh, I want to try it though. But like, I'm gonna try one though. But still, like, this is the thing. But you'll
Wow.
be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
What you have access to, once you start selling lingerie and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's how I started the lingerie store. I was like, well, if we got a whole bag, we need to put things in it. And and COVID was good to me. I was like, I'm up anyway. I'll
Right.
build a
Right.
website. I'll get approved by some vendors here in the States. And I'll work with my sponsors. And yeah, now we got a lingerie shop. We just gotta add more stuff for guys. What do guys like?
Guys like, I think dudes are fucking boring. Like the shit in porn, like porn lies. Don't watch porn and think that. Nah, it's not.
That's not
I don't
real.
know. Yeah. Like I mean, toys are cool. I guess if
Okay.
you're using it on her, right?
Right. Right.
Um, I think most dudes is
But they
like,
have
damn, I
some for
want.
guys.
What kind of
No,
toys?
they're like rings, and they got like a ring. They got a ring that you could like put on and it vibrates so that you feel it and she feels it. They have couples toys.
Well, I need to go to the store and figure it out. That's what I need to do. I need to
Yeah.
just rummage through the store, just like, what's in here?
Yeah, you just
You
need
know?
to be like, they have stuff that couples can use, and different people
Right.
like different things. So it just all depends on what you like or what
I
your
think I'm gonna
partner
have that
likes.
conversation tonight. Yeah, because
Yeah.
for the most part, not to let everybody into my business, but yeah, no toys as of yet.
Oh,
Toys
I
I guess
got
when
you. I
yeah
got
when we're
you.
apart, but like together, it hasn't happened like that. I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to it. It just hasn't happened.
You should
So
play a
kind of
game
like
then. I
what's
want to
that?
start so I want to make cards for couples so that they
Hmm.
could do different things intimate wise. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to find a
Okay.
vendor that does that. So I would say that your first game should be the next time you see each other, each of you bring a toy.
Oh,
That way you're both bringing something you would be comfortable with. And
okay.
then you
You
have
know what
to
I did? Like what was it? I think last Valentine's Day. She flew out here, and this is before we got married. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a bunch of shit. I got the hotel room up in Nyack and all this other shit, and just moving around. And I was like, hold on, Fenty? Yeah, Fenty's dope. Ordered Wow lingerie from Fenty, right? And me and my dumb ass signed up for like VIP because I had no knowledge of what the fuck it was. VIP, you just think better. Like, oh, this is better. This is good as shit for women. So this is what we doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I never told her that I had the membership, right? So this was back in February. So maybe 2 weeks ago, I'm like, I got this Fenty VIP joint. They keep charging me 50. I need to cancel that. She was like, how long have you had it? I'm like, since February. She was like, oh, no, don't cancel that. You got credits, brother. Let me get that login. Yeah, so we logged in, and it's like $400-500 in there just sitting
there.
And I'm like, jackpot. But damn, I done told you about it. I could have used that for like a gift or some shit. I done paid into it.
You lost your $500 now.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, it's over. She done changed the login and everything.
She's like, you don't need this no more. You don't need it. I appreciate you and your $500 worth of lingerie you got me. But I think it's nice. I think it's a nice gesture, and I think it's important that men do things like that for their wives and for their girlfriends and for your baby mamas and your girlfriends or whatever, however that works for y'all. But because I do think that couples need to be empowered in their relationship that way. And if there's something that you like and she needs to know, and something that she likes, you need to know. So it's really important that you're communicating like that and that you're comfortable having those conversations.
The whole lingerie thing isn't it really not my thing, kind of? Like, I'm good with boy shorts. Like, put some boy shorts on. I'm good with that because it lasts longer than lingerie. I get to see that shit all day.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I'm on the set of a fucking porn star movie all day.
I mean, sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun. It just depends like I said, it depends what people like and where they are and what they're doing. And like when you stay in the hotel and it's just the two of y'all, it's a different energy versus when we home versus when, you know what I mean? So I think we're going on vacation. It just depends, like you got to spice things up and keep it fun and interesting too.
Boy shorts. No.
Boy shorts. I'm trying to think
if I have some boy shorts. No. I could do that. See, the thing is, because it lasts longer. Again, it's not for the moment. Like, I'm in that space all the time. You can be washing dishes.
Well, get both.
Whatever.
Get both.
Right? I'm going to try it. I'm going to take your advice. And I'm going to report back to you, let you know.
Yeah. I told you, play a game. You each bring a toy. And then you got to ask each other how you found out about it, because I just be nosy like that. Like, where you get this from?
Right.
But then you got to agree to try it. You got to agree. I just want to know where the influence came from. Did your girlfriend tell you about it, or you use this with some dude? Like, I feel like I need to know things like that, because in my mind, I'm going to be like.
Most women are like that. Yeah. What's your sign?
How do you know about this? I'm a Scorpio.
Okay. When's your birthday?
October 26th.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm right on the cusp. I don't know. People think Scorpios are weird. And like,
no, my brother's a Scorpio. I don't think he's weird.
What do you think about Scorpios? What's the consensus on Scorpios?
You guys are creative. I think more creative than people give you credit for. As it relates, and your stamina is crazy. And I'm not talking about in the bedroom. I'm talking about just in life in general. Like, your stamina is nuts.
Yeah.
Because my brother is the Energizer Bunny. This dude just does not fucking stop.
That too.
So yeah, y'all were good people. Scorpios are dope. As a matter of fact, today I
can see that. But sometimes I'd be like, I don't want to do nothing. So it just depends. It depends on my mood.
Right.
Do you have kids?
I do.
How old?
Blended family. So there are 3 of them. One is, they're all mine. Let me start there. They're all mine. My wife has 2, and I have 1. She has a daughter and a son, 21 and 19, and I have a son, 19.
Oh, y'all good then. Oh, you're chilling.
Oh yeah, nah.
Life
But we
about to get real good for you. What?
Everybody grown.
Everybody grown. That's dope. I love that. I love that.
Yeah. But dating with kids was, was a scary proposition for me.
Tell me what it's like because I'm not dating.
Yeah. It's
Just cause like I don't know how people dating right now. That
right.
whole swipe to the left, swipe to the right, cha cha, one hop this time. I can't do that shit.
Nah,
Um,
that's a fact.
I
That's a
just
fact.
I know that I need to because everybody's like, you've been divorced a long time. You need to meet someone. And I'm just like, okay, I heard y'all.
How
Um,
long you been divorced?
maybe 8, 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe 8 or 9 years. So it's been a long time since I've been divorced.
Right.
Um, and I know that I need to like go out and date. Like I know eventually I need to do that, but
Mhm.
I just can't get with this online business.
And,
I just
and, and see, that's the thing with me too. I'm not gonna lie. Like that shit is, and the irony behind the whole shit is I met my wife online, but not
I was
like
gonna
that
ask
though.
you,
Yeah,
how did you
not
meet
like that
her?
though. I wrote a poetry book, and I was actually promoting the book. So my man, excuse me, my man was like, "Yo, why don't you jump on tag? You could promote the shit, right?" So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "All right, sounds like a good idea. Let's do that." So I jumped on tag. I was promoting the shit, whatever, putting pieces up, excerpts from the book, blah, blah, blah. 6 months later, I'm like, all right, fuck this shit. I don't have time for all of this. So I was like, I wrote a note, like, listen, I'm moving this whole operation over to Facebook. If you with me, follow. If you're not, stay put. I'm out of here. Shut that shit down. She was one of the ones that actually followed me over to Facebook. Now, I spent a lot of time in Houston, so flying back and forth to Houston, because my goddaughter lives there. So I spent a lot of time out there. She's in Dallas, so I came back, posted pictures because I went to a baby shower, and she was like, "Oh, you were out there, and you could have came through, blah blah blah, like cute, flirty shit." But let me put this in here because if I don't, she's gonna kill me. I was perusing her page, and I went and liked everything just because it was
Oh.
like 3 in the morning. There was nothing else to do, and that's what I'm doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she went, seeing that I was in Houston, and then that's how that conversation started.
Oh,
And I
that's
used to
lovely though.
Yeah, used to fuck with her all the time, talking about why y'all always on the first 48. I'm not coming to Dallas. We good. But yeah, nah, that's how that got started. So again, like I said, the whole irony behind the whole online dating shit, I really don't get it. Um, I watch a lot of young people do it, and they navigate the shit with ease, like it's nothing. I'm like, well, what
Yeah.
happened to hey, how you doing? And they know what every emoji means and what's felt behind it. So have at
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. I like I said, I have a lot of friends that are like, Karen, this is the wave of the future and you got to get with it, especially during COVID time. They were like, well, we can't go out. Like this is how people are meeting and doing the virtual thing. I'm more like old school. I'm into like vibes and energy and being in somebody's space and really kind of like taking them
Amen.
in.
Word.
So when you tell me to just look at somebody's picture and swipe, I'm like, based on what? Based on what? Because
Nah.
like for me, I'm not that shallow. I am, but I'm not, right? Like ugly
Right.
people are ugly. I know that. But at the same time, like I'm not that shallow to just look at someone and feel like, okay, I'm gonna be attracted to this person or I'm not gonna be attracted. Because I've seen attractive men and they open their mouth and I'm like, yo, baby, please just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Because like I could get turned, I'm the type of woman that'll get turned off by shit like that. Right? Because I'm an intellect. So you could be fine as hell, but you say some dumb shit and I'm gonna be like, yo, this nigga's a cornball. Like he don't.
See, and that's why you and I could not hang out because my special talent is sarcasm, and
But you have to
my
be
story.
smart
Right.
to
Exactly.
understand
You got to be.
sarcasm.
Well, there's the thing though. You already know there's levels to this, and my face tells shit. My face tells the story. Period. I can't hold it in. You understand what I'm saying? Um, But yeah, I'm the same way. I can't do it online. I need to, because what happens is this, just like you said, you swipe left or right, whichever, I'm not even sure which way, but you swipe, the conversation starts. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck to say to you. Like, where are we going with this?
I don't
You
know
know
nothing
what I'm
about
saying?
you. I don't
Nothing.
even know how to ask a question because I know it doesn't even say like my interests are long walks in the park. Like it don't say nothing. It's just a straight picture. This is where I'm at right now, and you know maybe where I went to school or where I work, and half the people be lying. So
But then
I don't know.
you hit them, yeah. And then like the funny thing about it is you try to have some type of icebreaker, and then the retort is something crazy like, yo, you're not creative enough. Like, bitch, there's fucking palm trees behind you. I'm talking about the palm trees. I don't know anything about that. I don't know. Everybody's probably led with that line, but that's all we got. You understand what I'm saying? That's
I
all I
don't.
have.
I don't know. I don't know if it's something I could wrap my head around anytime soon. Like I just be like, fuck it, I'll just wait till somebody find me. They like, Karen, ain't nobody gonna find your ass in the woods. I'm like, Uber, DoorDash? I don't know. Like I don't know.
At a
I
stoplight.
like I said, when you're young and you're a certain age and you're like, yo, what's popping this weekend? We going out, da, 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 we at the club, da, da. But when you get to a certain age, you don't work 45, 50 hours this week. Like, bro, like I'm not in the bars. I'm not in the
Right,
club. I'm not doing
right.
that. Like if I get invited out, yeah, I'm gonna go, but I'm not every weekend. What we doing, girl? Like, no, I'm gonna take my son to this museum and then I'm going out to dinner. Like the fuck? Like I just don't
Word. You
I don't
work off of
know.
referrals at that point.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna say from now on. Like this is a referral basis. Like I'm not out here.
Word.
And I think a lot of women are I think the difference between me too and a lot of other women is a lot of women they feel like they have to constantly be in a relationship.
Hmm.
I feel like that's a weak bitch tendency.
I was
Personally,
gonna
I feel
ask
like
you to define that for me because I was lost
a
when I
weak
read it.
bitch tendencies. Oh, weak
Yeah.
bitch tendencies are they're not just for women, they're for men. And they're things that people do that are just a weak bitch tendency. For instance, if you have a baby mama or a baby daddy and y'all 20 years later, 15 years later, 10 years later, constantly still arguing and fighting over shit, it's a weak bitch tendency. It's a weak bitch tendency. You grow up. If you on the street cursing out your man, screaming and embarrassing him and yourself, that's a weak bitch tendency.
Okay.
At a certain age, you're supposed to conduct yourself. You can't say I'm a grown ass woman, then be out here acting like a 19-year-old child.
I agree with
And
that.
there's a way in certain situations you need to conduct yourself and you need to behave as a woman, right?
Right.
Um, at 40 years old, we not fighting nobody. That's a weak bitch tendency. Unless you put your hands on my kid,
Right.
we not fighting nobody. You understand?
Right.
It's just a lot of things that I think as women, we in society, we just think it's okay to act like this because that's what the media tell us to do.
Hmm.
But or those are the impressions people get of women of color, like we fighting and arguing and acting ignorant. And
But let me
no,
ask you a question
that's a
though.
weak bitch
Y-
tendency.
I got you. But let me ask you a question. Um, that perception doesn't just come from out of the air. Like they ain't just pull that shit out of the air.
It's true.
You
And
know.
that's why
So
it's a weak bitch tendency. Like we
yeah,
need
we
to
need to
start
change the narrative.
we need to change the narrative because it's exploited, but we also need to
Right.
carry ourselves in ways where that is not the norm.
That's a fact.
You know what
That's
I
a fact.
mean? And like just little things that we do. I'm harder on the women than I am on the men because I'm a woman, but like just little things that we do, like your baby daddy moved on. Let the man move on. You don't want to be with him. Leave the woman alone that he's with. I don't bother my ex-husband. I don't bother the women he dates. Like, why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Like, if we're not together, we're not together. But there's like weak bitch tendency. It don't got nothing to do with you. Mind your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? It just mind your. Oh, I don't want my kids around no one. Well, this is life, and it's real.
Right. Right.
Weak
Right.
bitch
Right. Right.
tendency.
Yeah.
You're so insecure in who you are as a woman that you're letting your insecurities come out. Your panties is showing. Pull on your big girl drawers and act like a big girl. It'd be the same women talk about I'm a grown ass woman. Then act like one. Then act like one. You're belittling your own self in a lot of those situations.
Amen.
Weak bitch tendency.
Amen. Nah, I just needed clarity on it. I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
Yeah, it's just things that women do on a whole that think they're right or think they're empowered. I see some women that are abusive to men. Can we talk about that? I've seen women mushing dudes in the head, punch them, fight them. I'm gonna fuck this nigga up. And if that man put his hands on you, and I never think that men should put their hands on women, I never do. But I will tell you this: I tell my kids this, if you hit someone, be prepared to get hit back. And it doesn't make it right, but it doesn't make it right that you get to beat on somebody's child either.
That's a
Well,
fact.
he's bigger than me. He shouldn't have hit me. Excuse me, miss. You try to run him over with a car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, women be using that shit as an out. Well, he not supposed to put his hands on me. Hello, lady, you burned down the house. Like, what is you talking about? You know,
That's
weak
a
bitch
fact.
tendency. Weak bitch tendency. Like, men be out in the street. And I'm not saying they're innocent in what they're doing, but if your man cheats on you, then fucking pack your shit and leave. That's it.
I
Pack your shit
mean,
and
yeah,
leave. Or stay.
don't.
Whatever you gonna do. But like, you running around here beating everybody up ain't gonna change nothing.
It's a fact.
Weak bitch tendency. I think the narrative needs to change. I think women need to be empowered, understand that their behavior, and not only that, if you listen to my show, I talk about it a lot because that's the same things then we're teaching our sons and we're teaching our daughters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so then
So
there's
we just
another
passing the shit
generation.
down.
Right. So then I got these little girls at school that constantly hitting the boys, punching them in the balls, stupid, talking down to them, negatively, you stupid, you this, you that. Like nobody wants to be in it. Like women don't understand that. Why are you in a relationship with someone that you're emotionally abusing? But if they abuse you, you crying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
It's-
a lot. You got to remember though, especially in those situations, a lot of that shit is basically going on at home. So
right.
they're only, emulating what they see.
But that's
So that's what a relationship is supposed to look like to them. You know what I mean?
yeah. And so the narrative is that people don't know what healthy relationships look like, but constantly want to be in a relationship.
That's a whole other problem.
That's a
A
whole
whole other
nother
problem.
show. That's a whole nother.
Yeah.
That's why I said when I was like, I've been single a long time and I'm okay with that. But it takes a
Hmm.
strong woman to be in that position because most women feel as soon as one relationship's over, they gotta run and find somebody else to entertain them or to keep them occupied or to
Right.
fulfill whatever it is they feeling about themselves that needs to be reaffirmed. And that's like you need to get help. You need to get some help. you
Shit.
need you need to figure that out.
Let me flip
Yes.
the role a little bit and put you on a hot seat. So you haven't had a relationship for about, excuse me. Well, you've been divorced for 9 years. Have you had a
So
relationship between then and now?
I wouldn't say relationship. No.
Oh, okay. Okay. I know that for me, I was devastated when it didn't work out with um my child's mom and me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to say I came up in a broken home because my home wasn't broken. I mean, it was broken pieces and things about it, but it wasn't broken. I was raised by a single mom. What else? What else? So for my son, I didn't want that,
Right.
right? I wasn't in love with my childhood, but I loved it.
Right.
So for him, I wanted different. I wanted, him to be in a two-family house,
Two
two-parent
parent
household,
household.
exactly, yada yada, and then move that forward. So when it didn't work out, that shit devastated me. Like I was finished, like done, and I
Mm-hmm.
was really, really for the streets at that point. I was just out here moving around. Um, but when I started having relationships, I found myself in a position where I was really overprotective of my son. Like
Mm-hmm.
my son, and he's 19 now. He's met probably two women that my wife and another relationship. That's it. And the other relationship, he didn't even know I was in that relationship. You get me?
Right.
So with you, like, how you going to navigate that minefield? Like,
I
what's
have
that? What's
no
that looking like?
idea. I
Right?
have
It's
no
crazy,
idea.
right?
I
To
have no
think
idea
about
because
it.
I have mixed feelings about it, to be totally honest
Mhm.
with you. And
Mhm.
My son is part of the reason I do want a relationship, because I do want him. I don't want someone to come in my life and feel like they have to be a stepdad, because my son has a dad. He knows who his dad is and he knows where to find him.
Right.
But I wouldn't mind having somebody around to be another support and role model, as to just have another man, that's not an old man like grandpa around. You know what I mean? Um, and I've had conversations with my son about it and talked to him about it, because it's very much something I want him to be a part of when the time is right. I don't want somebody
Mm-hmm.
showing up to my but at the same time, I feel like every person can't meet your kids,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very protective of my children. So, I gotta know that this is gonna be around and it's gonna be real, and then you will be in my child's life. I mean, not even like my girls are big, they're 20 and 25. They're like, Mom, do whatever you want. But my son, um, when I get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
and kids are hard, because kids are like brutally honest and very real, and it's gonna be an
Right.
adjustment for us when I have someone in my life regularly, because it's I don't know if you're on my Instagram, but like, that's my homie. So everywhere I want to go, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, you rolling or what? And so
No, that's a fact. I see it all the time, and the relationship, as it presents itself on IG, is beautiful.
yeah, like, that's my homie. Like, we roll together. So for somebody else to come into that, that's going to change for us. And
Mm-hmm.
we talk about it, and I'm very real about it, and he understands and he knows. It's just a matter of finding the right person that fits in with what we already got going. And
Yeah.
like I said, I think that's what makes me different. Like, bro, like, you got to come into this and you got to fit like a piece to a puzzle. I can't be like
Mm-hmm.
shifting shit around too much for you, because I'm okay. Like, I got to tell you, like, for the most part, I'm okay. And so if it's
Yeah.
not better than what this is, then, like, bro, then I don't really want it.
Listen, my advice would be keep doing what you're doing. Take your time. It's out there. Like it's definitely out there. You know, um, the road to success, unfortunately, isn't easy because the rules are completely different now.
Right.
People are different and people are weird. I'm so
Yeah.
happy that I'm not for the streets anymore because I just don't have the patience for the weird shit. You know,
Right. Right.
so as it relates, because think about it like now, um, we're older.
Hmm.
So we remember a time where, people weren't consumed with, this separate popularity contest going on outside of real life, right?
Right.
We didn't have the only popularity contest you had was literally right in front of you in the moment. So whether
Hmm.
it happened to be school, whether it happened to be work, you understand what I'm saying? Whether
Yep.
it happened to be the skating rink where you happen to be at that point, or even your block. But now it's like worldwide, and
Hmm.
it's encapsulated in the phone,
Hmm.
you know. So it's a lot different now. So it's like you're in terms of attention, you're competing now. So I'm competing with you against this phone, right?
Right. And
Because
whatever
whatever, yeah,
and whatever's coming in through that media.
exactly, exactly. So it's difficult now, and people are fucking weird, and I don't have patience for weirdos. So I'm happy I'm married. And not only that, but I feel like I married my best friend. Because a
And that's
lot of
what it's
ladies,
supposed to feel like.
yeah, a lot of ladies would ask me, that I've encountered, why are you single? And I'm like, I'm single because one big reason was this: when you have a female and she happens to be your friend, the moment you cross that line, a lot of shit has to end, right? So when
Right.
she's your friend, you pour into her, she pours into you equally, right?
Hmm.
You don't have to curtail your conversations because if I'm talking about a fat ass, we talking about a fat ass together. The shit is funny. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, there's no like jealousy is void of that situation for the most part. The moment that I become your man, now you have different tendencies. We
Right.
can't talk about the same shit that we used to talk about. We're supposed to be able to, you
Right.
understand? But now everybody's walking on eggshells. Like, is that disrespectful? Now that I'm
Right.
your man, you know, and that type of shit. I didn't have to do that with her per se,
So then that's how you
So
know.
exactly, exactly.
That's how you know. That's dope. I think that's a really nice love story. I like it.
Thank you.
You should write about it. You should. It's
I
not
think
enough.
about it.
I'm telling you, we could make new characters. I'm just saying, like, because I really think that, like you said, just what you brought up, like how you gonna navigate with kids, how you gonna. I think people need to know that.
Yeah,
I think our age group needs to know that,
for sure.
right? Because
For sure.
what we did, even me, what we did 20 years ago in dating and having our children, that whole situation is not the same now. When you get into a relationship and you want to get married and we got kids and you live here and I live there, and that's real life. That's real.
That's a fact.
And people need to know how to navigate that, because we don't have conversations about that. Because many years ago we just had our parents who were still married and married 65 years and they never told us nothing. But now we're a generation of rebuilding and reworking and breaking those generational curses. And so now we need to, have those conversations and let
We
people
do.
understand what that's like.
And what's so funny about that is like, um, people don't even realize like there's literally a segment or audience for that. Specifically, the shit that we're talking about. Because it's as simple as dating online seems to most. It's really difficult for people of our age. And I'm not even saying that we're older. Just think about it, whereby literally this is how it happened. Yesterday there weren't any cell phones. Now there are cell phones. Literally, like yesterday. That's how fast the shit is moving. So it's not like, you'll get people like, I don't want to learn X, Y, and Z, and be like, oh, you old as fuck. Nah, I'm not old as fuck, nigga. This shit just happened yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? You happened to be born yesterday, so you were born with the shit in your
Right.
hand.
Right.
You understand what I'm
We're
saying?
the
So you're good.
generation that came before that, where we're like, nah, I remember when everybody had a beeper. I still remember that,
The
and I
beeper, the
remember
payphone, all of that.
the payphone, the
Yeah.
pagers. I remember when cell phones just came out. You had to call after 9 o'clock because it wasn't free. We ain't have pictures. We didn't have lives. We didn't have
None of that.
IG. So we're living through that time period. And
Yeah.
when I talk about the show a lot, I talk about, because the demographics 35 to 44. I was like, these are the people
Hmm.
that are going through these things right in the middle of that. Right.
Yep.
So we're not as old as our parents, but we're not as young as these kids. And we're like navigating life in that space, and for many
Exactly.
of us, we on our second relationship, our second marriage, and we're raising children. It's like there's still work to do. There's still work
What's
to
so
do.
crazy? Erica Badu with the song "I Can Make You Put Your Phone Down." For
Hmm.
some, it's like, okay, it's a bop. For us, when you peel back the layers, like, nigga, if you could get somebody to put their phone down, you in. You
Right.
in. You understand what I'm saying? You are
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
So, that
It's a
shit was,
it's a sign.
yeah, shit was deeper than rap.
That's crazy when you really think about it, though. I don't know. I don't know. We're in a time where things are very, very different. That's all I know. So, what advice do you have for me? What advice do you have for me? What am I supposed to do?
Take your time. You have a whole sex store. You good.
Okay,
You know
but
what I mean?
bro, okay, I heard you say take your time, but like you do know I'm
Hmm.
getting older, right?
No, but see, this is the thing, though. You understand, though. It's the same as cooking. If you rush the shit, it's not going to taste as good as if you took your time, the
This
appropriate
is
time.
true. This
You
is true.
understand?
What's
So
the appropriate time?
everybody has a different timetable. It's not my timetable is not your timetable. You
Right.
understand? So and I can't tell you how long. What I can tell you is that fight the good fight. Don't
Okay.
rush into it for the sake. Going back to that, like you said, people are in relationships for the sake of wanting to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
we don't want that for you. Take your time. We good out here. You
Yeah,
understand?
we
You
good.
have a co-pilot in life. That's your son. You good. And that's the other
Yeah.
thing. When I have my son, and chicks will be like, "Yo, not chicks, pardon me, ladies."
I
They
said
be like,
chicks.
they be like, "Yo, what happened?" I'm like, "Listen, I won the race. I have a son. This news gonna wipe my ass when I get older. I'm good. Thank you." You understand? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, my love was shifted. My perspective on life was shifted to this guy as he was growing up. You understand?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that doesn't check all the boxes. It checks 90% of them though. I do need a companion. And you don't want to be out just bumping in this person, that person, and shit. That shit is emotionally and physically exhausting.
Right.
And then I'm an emotional being, so I couldn't be out just fucking everybody that I bumped into.
I'm not about that life.
For me. Yeah,
right.
It should never work for me.
I'm not even interested in doing that, to be totally honest. Like, I just don't.
Right.
I got a whole sex story.
I just said that exactly. So again, take your time, man. Take your time, do it right. It'll get there. You'll get there.
Well, we'll see. And I'm trying to build a company in the meantime, and I got other things going on. So
look at that.
We'll see.
And then your next challenge would be to find somebody that's on your level. We had a whole conversation about that. I'm a Brooklyn nigga, so it's like kind of like if I had nothing and I bumped into a mogul who was actually doing something or whatever, my take on it is like, yeah, I can still take that down. When I say take that down, like form some type of, bond with that person or even date that person. A lot of people like, yeah, but that's out of your league. Like, it's only out of your league if you don't put your mind to it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you have to understand, once you peel back the layers and strip the money away, for me, it's all about ambition and what your mindset is at the end of the day. Because I'm going to get there. I'm not asking you to carry me at all. It's not what I'm here for. Not here for your money. Not here for none of that. I can do that on my own. You understand? So, yeah.
But I think also that's what makes me different too, because I'm not in it for like, I tell people all the time, if I was just in it to get a rich baby daddy, I'd have done that already. You know what I mean? If I just wanted the fame that came with that, I would have done that already. Like, I've been in that circle. That's not how I'm moving. I was like, maybe other women, they got to do that because I don't know why they got to do it, but I'm not in that space. Like, because I really don't know why you have to do that, but I'm not in that space. Like, I'm not easily impressed by those things. I know those people, and they cool as shit, but that's not how I'm moving. And so I think for me too, it's just like, we're not just going, like, I'm not looking for a come up from somebody else.
Right.
I definitely am not looking for a come up by being somebody's girlfriend. I'm not. I gotta plant my own come up, and then we do it together. But I'm not trying to just be like, all right, well, this is going, like, I respect who does it. Like, handle your business. I'm just not gonna do that because I wanna do things on my terms. And then when your boyfriend break up with you, and then if you're in that situation and your boyfriend breaks up with you, then what do?
That shit puts you in a whole different space, depending on how deeply involved you were, right? Because remember, if you said boyfriend, so that suggests that there was some time involved, invested. So, you've intertwined your life to some degree, and now you have to unravel that whole shit, a piece. Like, for me, it was a little different. I would break up with, well, for the most part, they were breaking up with me. But then I would be in a space where, like, if we watched Martin together, I'm not watching Martin anymore. Even if I brought Martin to you, like, you never watched it and I brought it to you and it just became our thing, I'm not watching it anymore. Certain foods I would stop eating and all types of dumb shit. Yeah, just crazy shit. So, like, yeah. So,
I have never been like that in my life. Like, you leave, just fucking leave. But I'm not gonna stop eating Chinese food because you left.
Right. Well, this is the thing. It would I don't want any reminders. That's what it would do for me. So those things would actually remind me of, certain moments that I really don't want to know. I don't want to be reminded of any of that shit. I just want to ride out, and heal. I hate
That's
that
fair
shit.
enough.
But yes.
But you know what? I hate that shit too. But the reality is that people do need to heal. Mm-hmm. They do. And you know what? If that's how that looks for you, then that's fine. I would rather somebody take in time to heal and be like, yo, I need to just kind of like weather this for the next couple of months than pretending that they didn't heal or pretending that they're okay and then they're not. And we don't talk about that because everybody be like, I'm good. And then you out here doing, you're not good.
But see, this is the thing. With me, when I say that, I hate telling people that I'm not good, right? Especially people that care about me, because they're gonna take license to just try to heal me at
Right.
every opportunity if they want to. For
This is
me,
true.
it's like, all right, listen, I want to talk about the shit when I want to talk about the shit, not when you feel that we should talk about the shit. But you keep talking about the shit. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, I become a recluse and I'm not saying anything. Don't ask me if I'm good because I'm gonna tell you I'm good every fucking
Yeah,
time.
that's me.
You know
That's me. Because I don't like people feeling sorry for me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm
exactly.
fine. But yeah, I get it. And I'll talk when I'm ready to talk. If I'm ready to talk. Because there's some things I got to be honest with you. I just don't be telling nobody. Because I just don't
Exactly.
feel like it's going to matter or I don't want to tell nobody.
Word.
And yeah, I guess that's just how it is. It just is what it is. Anyway, Styles, I took a lot of your time. I'm going to ask you one more question and then I'm going to let you go. Um, is marriage always the end goal?
Okay. Remember, marriage is a human construct. I think we forget that. Like, nigga, if we didn't know how to read and write, there wouldn't be. Marriage is contractual by society. That's what that is. So I don't think that it's always the end goal for some. Before
Mhm.
I got married, I was like, fuck marriage. you Fuck it. Like we're together and it's not an out, it's the truth. Like we're
Right.
together. We don't have to file taxes differently because we're together. Why do I need to sign that contract? But to be honest with you, um, when I found that person, my person, it wasn't difficult to do. And it wasn't
Right.
difficult to transition from that mindset to the other mindset because um I kind of like left that mindset alone. It was like, listen, I want to be yours.
Right.
You understand? And I don't care who knows it. And if this is what it is, this is what it is. But it's not for everybody.
I
Because I
love it.
also understand the other argument. Like, why do I have to sign a piece of paper saying that I'm, a proclamation that I'm with you? I just
Right.
fucking told you I'm with you. If I cheat, it's the same thing. If I cheat and we're dating, you're gonna leave. If I cheat and we're dating, you get half. I mean, we're married, you get half. Like, you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the end result on one side is it weighs heavier than the other, but at the root of it is you out here. So it's not for everybody, man. It's not. What I will say is um love who you with. Be true to who you're with. You know, if you're not ready for a relationship, a lot of people, we do say honesty is the best policy. Honesty will set you fucking free.
Yep. Just
You
say
understand
that.
what I'm saying?
Say that shit.
It will set you free. I love screaming from the top of the hills that I love my motherfucking woman because
But
I just
that's
don't
because
think
you're
that.
secure in that and you're comfortable in that and it's real for you. So I
Yeah.
personally think that the people that don't want to do it, they know why they don't want to do it.
Mhm.
That's
That's a
my
fact.
opinion. Like you said, when it's your person, it's not gonna be hard to do. It becomes
Right.
hard when it's something genuinely in your gut you don't want to do. That's when it's hard.
Exactly.
And that makes sense because there's some legitimacy for whatever reason to that. And you should respect whatever whatever that's telling
That's a fact. That's
you.
listen. You got to listen to your heart and also listen to your actions. Because if you're showing yourself that you're not ready, nigga, listen, you're not ready. You understand? Um, if you still, got to sneak out and text people and shit like that, or when somebody asks you, the most infamous one, um, you have a man or you have a girl and stuttering and stammering and shit like that and thinking twice, like, hitting them with the,
Yeah.
like that shit,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
already
yeah,
know what it
yeah.
is. You're not ready, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I went through it, so I don't want to, I'm not shading any of them because well, I don't want to say we've all been there. I've been there. I've
Right.
been that motherfucking guy, even with my wife. You understand what I'm saying? Not since we've been married, but the whole maturation process leading up to us getting married. So yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. I think that's fair though. I think it's fair and I think it takes time and you learn who you are and you learn what the relationship is and then you make your decision from there. And I believe you. I believe that when you know, you'll know and it won't be hard. I really do.
yeah.
All right, Styles. Well, thank you for joining us on Say It Loud podcast. You have to come back again because we got so much to talk about. You have to come back again and join us another time on this show.
Karen, I'm here. Thank you for having me. I told you, well, we had a conversation before, and I was like, I want to do something with you. I just want the shit to be big. That's how I look at you. I'm like, shit got to be big.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. Hold on. Oh no.
Hit me. Yeah. Please be clear, we are popping it off.
Flex your fingers. And type up www.sayitloud.com now.
And stay in tune with everything.
Karynelle is on the World Wide Web.